Welcome to WEWIN News.
Oh, भाई साहब炸全到前一月到他那下来都来铁不能问了放下
Building collapses into overflowing river during India floods. What happened in the mountainous areas of Taiwan during the earthquake?
我靠大地震我赶快先躲到这个哦差点 GG 啊 What? What? Oh, 哪有这机会？哦，啊，那了，来来，我来了，也来了，来了，我阿公啊，怎么后面一点？
Typhoon Nes 21's strong gusts caused building facade to collapse in Osaka City. Massive rockfall on a mountain road in Miaoli in Taiwan. The torrent of earth, mud and debris from the hillside crashed down, sweeping away many houses and vehicles on the road, as well as boats and other items. A landslide toppled trees on the side of a northern California highway. Mudslide barrels through Swisstown. Landslide caused bridge collapse. Lucky man with the brolly.
个不好地的哟。哦哟。
The driver said the floodwater gushing down over the rocks and onto the road came out of nowhere. Norway landslide homes plunge into sea. The corrugated iron roof of a building was blown away by the wind in Tan Suan, Hanoi. Terrible flooding swept away several vehicles in Muhail, Asia province, Saudi Arabia. Horrifying flash floods cause landslides that bury houses in Lupien, Yenbai. A massive landslide and flash flood swept away many vehicles and buildings. The white truck was stuck on a partially collapsed dirt road and was eventually swept down a ravine by floodwaters and rocks. The eye of the storm hit the mainland of Ha Tin, Vietnam. The wind was howling loudly and terrifyingly. At first, everything was fine and tidy, then a strong earthquake started shaking, causing many products to fly off the shelves and fall to the ground. Many water bottles leaked and splashed. Flash floods and landslides destroy many villages in Dien Bien Phu Son La. Storm flooding on Myers Beach. Japan's earthquake-resistant technology in action. Large fire whirlwind on the Mount Bromo in Java of Indonesia. A dust tornado appears suddenly, moving across the field, causing a huge cloud of dust as it picks up dirt. Large flames and thick smoke engulf a hill. The fire spread rapidly along the hillside, showing the speed and danger of wildfires, especially when there are winds and steep terrain. Fiery mud volcano erupts in Taiwan. Perito Moreno Glacier, dozens of meters high, collapsed at this moment. The power of nature is amazing. Storm surge floods engulf an entire Miami neighborhood. One of the rare moments during the collapse of an iceberg when you can see the dark blue color at its base. Flood in Ke Phong mountainous area. The Tacoma Bridge, its collapse. The terrible devastation of storm number 5. This is a very strong storm and causes serious damage. Severe storm from just a minute going over Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia, solid blue colors in the core. Mud came rushing down. The mudslide happened in northern Philippines, which has experienced heavy rains. It caused damage to houses and vehicles. This stretch of road has earned a notorious reputation for indigenous people due to the number of accidents that have occurred along its route. Considering the lack of any kind of markings on the road, I can guess the necessary signs are not there either. This road is a hazard. All they needed to do was make the brick barrier taller. A high-speed train slammed into a truck stuck on a railway crossing in Rancagua, Chile. Always ensure there is enough space on the other side before crossing. On March 24, 2025, an incident occurred in Seoul's Myeong-il-dong neighborhood when a massive sinkhole measuring approximately 65 feet in both width and depth suddenly opened up at an intersection. A white SUV narrowly escaping the collapse. Rescue operations commenced immediately, involving around 40 personnel who worked tirelessly. The efforts were hampered by challenging conditions including water accumulation and entangled construction equipment from a nearby subway project. The motorcycle's backseat passenger displayed a fast reaction time to avoid an incident. It should serve as a reminder about the dangers of riding without proper protective gear, exceeding the passenger limit. On May 28, a serious rockslide occurred in Guizhou, China, causing a terrifying scene for passers-by. A car was moving on a mountain road when suddenly a giant rock fell on it. The car driver was lucky to survive and climbed back onto the road by himself. On May 23, 2025, a pedestrian in Azerbaijan had a lucky escape when he decided to cross a busy highway at an inopportune moment. A red car is forced to a stop in front of him, but a white car behind fails to stop. It was on August 9, 2016, in the city of Novy Urengoy, Russia, when a Lada Priora sedan unexpectedly burst into flames and later exploded. The blaze rapidly overtook the vehicle, leading to a sudden and forceful definition. If a car catches fire, never stand close to it, move to a safe distance immediately, as there's a risk of sudden explosions or toxic fumes. A wrong-ways driver sparked a fiery tanker truck explosion on Interstate 75 in Ohio on April 30, 2017. Traffic cameras caught the moment the truck went up in flames in Dayton. Motorcyclists and drivers of automobiles must be careful to turn around in approved zones. Slow down when cornering because it is quite dangerous, particularly when visibility is poor. The entire island was placed on yellow alert due to heavy rainfall, with forecasts predicting up to 20 liters of water per square meter in just 1 hour. A prisoner in handcuffs and chains chose the right moment and successfully escaped from custody. Nothing is known about the subsequent fate of the fugitive. In a bizarre incident, a tricycle that had been securely parked suddenly began to move on its own, slowly rolling forward without anyone touching it, before unexpectedly tipping over and plunging into the water. Dashcam footage captured a crash that occurred on October 31, 2016, along Highway 610 westbound in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. The driver was fine, remember? Always buckle up. The scooter rider was abruptly yanked off balance when the front of her bike became entangled in a taut rope stretched across the road, causing the scooter to flip into the air. At least she is safe. A massive explosion hit a food shop in eastern China during the breakfast rush on July 21, 2017. Security camera footage from the shop in the eastern resort city of Hangzhou showed the blast flinging dust and debris across a busy road. But for unknown reasons, a car driving down the road suddenly jumped the curb and crashed into two motorcycles parked inside a repair shop, nearly hitting a mechanic who was working inside. Stay away from puddles in the rain, everyone. On July 18, 2015, in the Dominican Republic, a patrol car was involved in a crash along Tiradentes Avenue. The police are all right.
There's people up there!
On May 17, 2025, the Mexican Navy's training ship collided with the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City. The vessel, a 300-foot-tall ship, was departing from Pier 17 on the East River as part of a ceremonial voyage to Iceland when it experienced a propulsion malfunction. On June 13, 2020, in Zhejiang, China, a fuel truck was involved in a devastating crash that resulted in a massive explosion, sending shockwaves through the surrounding area. The tank truck was transporting liquefied gas from Ningbo to Rion, Wenzhou. When it came out of the expressway and took National Highway 1 and 4, it exploded on the ramp and rushed out of the expressway. On October 5, 2015, a hit-and-run crash on Interstate 75 in Detroit led to a rollover of a semi-truck and raised serious concerns about reckless driving. Surveillance footage shows a lightning strike on a patrol car in Oklahoma as powerful storms swept through the southern US on May 19, 2025. Despite the narrow and crowded road, a series of container trucks and tankers still moved at high speed, not keeping a safe distance, leading to a pileup. On the afternoon of June 27, 2024, a car was crossing the railway and then it was hit by the SE5 train running from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Two semi-trucks dance and one falls down. On the morning of April 28, 2016, a truck attempted to take a corner at high speed but lost stability in the process, causing it to overturn suddenly. The incident happened in Yunnan Province, China, where it is known that the car ran off the road and was impaled by a large iron beam, leaving it suspended in the air. In China, strong winds caused significant damage to outdoor eateries. Chairs and tables were thrown around, some completely broken. A truck transporting cooking oil caught fire on an overpass in Zhejiang, China, resulting in a dramatic firefall as the burning oil cascaded onto the road below. Secure the load properly and use the correct unloading procedures and equipment to prevent accidents. Never rush the process. Safety should always come before speed. The weather turned rainy and windy, causing a large tree to fall onto the road in just a few seconds. A woman rushed towards and was unable to handle the unexpected situation. Just as the crowd tried to bring the car to a halt, a twist no one expected happened next. Doorbell camera footage captured the dramatic moment when a bolt of lightning struck a tree in Austin, Texas during the height of a powerful thunderstorm on April 18, 2019. On June 9, 2021, in Gwangju, South Korea, a 5-story building undergoing demolition unexpectedly collapsed onto a busy street. Investigations revealed that the demolition process had not followed proper safety protocols. On June 2025, Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano located in Sicily, erupted dramatically, sending massive plumes of ash and smoke into the sky. The sudden eruption prompted tourists and hikers on the volcano's slopes to flee for safety. Late at night, seemingly out of nowhere, a car suddenly lost control and flipped over, catching the cam driver off guard. The car suddenly bounced off the ground while driving in Shanghai, China. Loose manhole cover on the road. On September 16, 2011, a series of explosions erupted at a gas storage facility situated within a residential neighborhood in Lima, Peru. The incident occurred when gas tanks at the storage site ignited, leading to a significant fire. This footage captures the entire process of a homemade lithium battery exploding, an extremely dangerous event that demonstrates just how hazardous improperly assembled or handled batteries can be. It is strongly advised never to attempt building or tampering with lithium batteries at home. Always rely on certified products and follow proper safety protocols to avoid fire. The explosion happened at the plant operated by Shandong Yudao Chemical in Shandong, China on May 27, 2025. The plant, situated in an industrial park, manufactures chemical components for use in pesticides and pharmaceuticals. Windows of nearby buildings were ripped from their hinges by the explosion. Local residents said that their home, more than 4 miles from the plant, shook from the impact of the explosion. On January 29, 2024, an incident occurred at PepsiCo's factory in the Santa Anita district of Lima, Peru. A tank within the industrial wastewater treatment facility ruptured, leading to a powerful explosion. The force of the explosion caused significant structural damage, including the collapse of a portion of the factory wall onto a public road and the toppling of nearby utility poles. The explosion caused by this lithium battery is incredibly powerful, yet despite the obvious danger, a number of people have gathered to watch the spectacle unfold, seemingly undeterred by the severity or potential danger of the explosion. Lithium explosions can be extremely hazardous, releasing toxic fumes, fire, and even shrapnel. In such situations, maintaining a safe distance and alerting emergency services should always be your first response. Curiosity should never come at the cost of personal safety. An electric vehicle unexpectedly lost control, crashing directly into a residential house, shattering glass doors, which caused panic and alarm among the homeowners who were inside at the time.
Is the girl gonna make it? No, the girl's not gonna make it. Oh, this is gonna make it.
They miscalculated the distance between the rising water level and the underside of the bridge, resulting in their boat becoming wedged and almost immobilized.
We're on it.
A woman was running for her life as a sudden flash flood swept through a region in China, and although the powerful surge of water posed a serious threat, she was fortunately able to escape to higher ground just in time. Lava flows from the volcanic eruption in the Democratic Republic of Congo ignited fuel at a gas station in Goma on January 21, 2002. A massive fireball erupted, leaving a huge black cloud over Goma more than an hour later. The people were at the station trying to loot gas and diesel fuel when the tanks ignited. They were using plastic containers to retrieve the fuel and carry it back across the lava. On July 4, 2023, a car smashed into a beauty salon in Sheffield, UK. Thankfully, all of them are all right. While they were leisurely driving along the beach, enjoying the calm surroundings and ocean breeze, an unexpectedly large wave surged ashore, jolting them from their peaceful moment. Two pedestrians had a remarkably lucky escape while crossing at a designated crosswalk, as a speeding vehicle narrowly missed them by mere inches. Never turning from the middle lane, crossing a lane of traffic. That is something you should never, ever do. A distracted driver failing to notice slow traffic ahead caused a rear-end collision on Highway 101 eastbound. The driver exited the vehicle and moved to safety. The crash led to temporary closures of eastbound and westbound traffic in the area.
¡Quítala la pierna! ¡Quítala!
On May 7, 2021, a mud truck overturned at an intersection on Jiangbei Avenue in Nanning, China, while trying to avoid an electric bicycle that ran a red light. The truck driver was coming home from work and had a car pull out in front of him. The Blue Ranger who dodged the crash stopped, helped, and gave the cam driver a ride home. Everyone is safe. A driver in Australia reportedly fell asleep at the wheel and crashed into a tree, getting adequate rest before long drives, and never underestimating the dangers of drowsy driving.
In 200 meters, turn right onto Linton Avenue.
On May 26, 2025, in Gill Plains, South Australia, a hit-and-run incident occurred involving a car suspected to have either a copied license plate or possibly be a stolen vehicle, prompting an ongoing investigation. I guess his insurance company will love watching this video. Some crazy videos coming out of Jiangzhou in central China during major flooding in 2021.
战地记者来了，你看这车。
海滩寺跟沙口路的中间段，海滩寺刚走过去。
大家不要说话，你们热不热呀？
That's why people should focus on the road instead of their phones. A woman was fleeing the scene in which she attacked her sister in a home improvement store in Guam, US at a terrifying speed. What happens when you clean your air conditioner after 10 years? A car driver in Ostrova, Czech Republic, did not give way to a tram, and the two cars collided at full speed. The passenger car spun during the collision, the tram derailed and ended up on the sidewalk. Fortunately, no one was walking on it at the time. On May 22, 2025, in Emerson, Georgia, a freight train collided with a tractor-trailer carrying hot liquid asphalt at the railroad crossing near Highway 293 and Gaston Westbrook Avenue. The driver, identified as Floyd Muncie from West Virginia, was outside the vehicle at the time and was uninjured. A train collided with a cabin truck that was positioned on the tracks, resulting in a powerful impact in Hereford, Texas. In a heart-stopping moment captured on a snowy road, a tank truck begins to skid uncontrollably, but through incredible skill and composure, the driver maintains control the entire time.
Holy crap. You're gonna hit the dock. The camera! What is going on?
The vessel, which was flying a giant green, white and red Mexican flag, then drifted toward the edge of the river as onlookers scrambled away from shore. Nobody was reported injured on the bridge, which was undamaged. The finish line is here. Don't forget to give us a like button and share your road encounters in the comments. And don't miss the video on the right side of the screen. See you soon.